Hi everyone, welcome back to Lessons, Topics, and Questions with your artist host, Peter Bell. I hope everybody's doing really well. Everything has been going really well on my end, thanks be to God. I hope men all across this country had a wonderful Father's Day, so I would like to wish you a happy Father's Day and many more. I hope you enjoyed your day. Now, I hope that you also enjoyed my last video that I posted about a week or two ago. The topic was graffiti, and it's still there if you like to take a look at it. Now, I have a interesting topic to talk to you today, and I really hope that you will enjoy it. I'll definitely make it worth your while, and it almost has something to do with the other topic that I discussed in the last video. So why don't we get right into it? The topic is censorship. And this is a topic that I've been wanting to talk to you about for quite some time. I'm sure that you're all too familiar with this, but for those who are not, let me give you the definition. What is censorship? It is the suppression of control of speech, public communication, and information deemed objectionable, sensitive, or inconvenient. Now, has censorship in America gone too far? Should art of all kinds be censored? Okay, pretty interesting questions. They're good questions, and I have some good answers, and they're very simple answers. Do I, as an artist, do I think that art should be censored? No, not at all, because art is part of our First Amendment right First Amendment right, which is freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, because there are messages in our paintings, in our artwork that we as artists want to get out there to the general public, whether they be in museums or art galleries, or whether you sell them off the street to anybody that stops by your stand. I don't believe that all art should be censored, because in America, I don't know about the rest of the world, but in America, there are certain things that we as Americans from all walks of life don't have to tolerate, that we don't necessarily like. But even if we don't like it, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have the right to be out there. And I think that all artists have all different messages, whether it be in their paintings, whether it be in their drawings, their sketches, or whatever it is that the medium that they like to use to create. We all have a message that we want to get out there, no matter what it is we're creating. And it is up to the viewers or the potential buyers that see your art for the first time. They could look at it, they can examine it, they can judge it if they want to, and I would say that they judge more of the artwork that they're seeing right in front of them than they judge the artist who created it, because that's basically what art is about. You're supposed to be judging the art. You're not supposed to be judging the artist. If you see something that you don't like that this artist created, then you can always turn your head in the other direction, and you can always look at the art piece that's right next to the one that you just looked at. Maybe you might like that one better than the one that you just saw. This is why we, as Americans, and I'm speaking to those, especially in America, this is why we have a choice. We can go to a museum and look at something if we want to, especially if it's an art museum. And if we find out that there is a new exhibition, a new painting on display, we can go there and look at it if we want to see it for ourselves. Or if we get a heads up that this particular piece is there, and it may not be the prettiest one, we don't have to go to it if we don't want to. But I don't believe that art should be censored. I can tell you this, though. Censorship has really gone too far. I'll tell you what I do believe should be censored. I believe that information regarding men and women's personal information should be censored, because if law enforcement officers could have their information censored where they won't face retaliation from anybody else, where their addresses, their phone numbers, their locations of where they work should be censored, should not be put on the internet, then that should apply for the general public. Because when you put something out there, especially where it's personal information, and people can make enemies, that is just a recipe for disaster. So that's something that I believe should be censored. I believe that information like addresses, phone numbers, work locations, housing, that should be censored unless there is criminal activity involved and this person is deemed a danger or risk assessment. Then that's where I do draw the line. But other than that, that's one thing that should be censored. But in America, has censorship gone too far? I think it's gone. I think over the years, over the past 30, 40, and even long before that, I think censorship has gotten way out of control where the government just wants to like censor everything because it's because they're afraid of something that could get out there that they don't want you to see to get out there. I can give you an example. I just seen a film called Disclosure Day, and basically the main phenomena was UFO and the declassification of alien material that they wanted to be protected, and where one side was looking to protect it and the other side was looking to get it out there, to get it out to the public so that they can tell the world, yes, this is what happened, this is what we have, and this is what they've been covering up for quite some time. So I can understand. I understand that. I do understand that maybe there's some parts of it that should be classified, and of course should be classified and censored, but not everything should be censored all at the same time. But going back to the art, I can tell you where I first came across censorship, where I first heard about it for the first time. It was either I was probably around 11 to 12 years old. And if you're familiar with the Brooklyn Museum of Art, which I would recommend that you'd visit, because I've been to that museum and they have some of the most extraordinary pieces of artwork on display that you will ever see. So take that under consideration. Now, back when I was about 10 or 11, there was an artist by the name of Chris O'Feely, and he's from the UK. He's a British painter, and he created a controversial painting that set off a lot of anger, especially where as far as like the Catholicism and those in the Catholic community are concerned. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you something. He created this painting called The Virgin Mary. Basically, it depicts the Blessed Virgin Mary smeared in elephant dung. And I believe that this was one of the reasons why this painting caused up controversy once the Brooklyn Museum got a hold of it, because it basically degraded the Virgin Mary being smeared in elephant dung, and a couple of other things that he added to the painting as well. And those that were opposed to it, including the mayor of New York, Rudy Giuliani, at the time, before he became America's mayor, him and along with religious rights groups such like in the Catholic community wanted to censor the painting, and he would even go as far as to pull the fundings on that museum. And he lost that battle, and the painting remained at the museum until it was moved onto its next location. And as a matter of fact, it drew a lot of visitors to go see the painting that when it went on display in the museum for the first time. And when it went on display, it was covered, it was actually behind glass, so you could not get close to the painting. You had to view it from a distance. And where as far as the painting is concerned, do I believe that Should that painting from that particular artist, should that have been censored? No, not at all. Even though I do find it repulsing, doesn't mean it doesn't have the right to be out there. And for those of you that are not aware of it, elephant dung in African culture is also a celebration. And I believe that the artist, Chris Feely, when he released this painting to the world, did not intend for it to be a degrading message. He was looking to put it as a message of victory and celebration. So I can understand where the confusion was brought up between one group of people and another group of people. But truthfully, art should not be censored at all. And I do believe that there should be a limit on censorship, whether it be art, whether it be something that you see on television, whether it be nudity on television, whether it be using foul language, whether it be in a book, or whether it be on a TV show that you see, or if it's like a perfect example for what I seen in the film Disclosure Day. I believe that censorship should be regulated where as far as information is concerned, unless this particular person is deemed a risk assessment factor, because I do believe that's where I do draw the line. But at the same time, I do believe that that there should be stronger laws, that could combat censorship in a certain way, where we have respect for one and we can celebrate another. I hope this pretty much clarifies everything up for you for the topic of censorship. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed it. And remember, if you have any questions, any topics that you'd like for me to discuss, please shoot me a message and follow me on YouTube at Art of Peter Bell. I'll have more topics to discuss as time goes by. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next topic.